Sign up today for a 7-day free trial at alerts.chartguys.com. Hey everyone, checking in on the cryptocurrency space. We've got the FOMC, which is the Federal Decision for Monetary Policy in the US, in 37 minutes. It is 1:23 p.m. Eastern. People saying, let's see what the reaction is. This is the first time we're going to see a potential rate cut in the history of Bitcoin. Other people saying, we don't want to see a reaction. We want Bitcoin to remain completely independent of US monetary policy. There's no right or wrong answer. It all depends on what your opinion is. So we'll see if we get a reaction there. I've got hardwood flooring being installed around me, so there's banging and saws and all that, but we're going live anyway, except we're not live. We're recorded. So the bulls are showing up, and they're making it interesting for next week. And we're still watching volume. There's going to be an uptick in volume for the bulls today. The short-term resistance level is 10,248. That's really our first prove-it level that the bulls have to get over to keep alive in this double bottom pattern. And from there, it's all about 11,100. So we've been looking for the daily equilibrium, and we ended up pulling back more than the bulls would like to see. They wanted a higher low, ideally at 9,500. To keep the daily equilibrium alive, and now it's more of a descending triangle where we have a double bottom of support, and we're still going to look for a lower high compared to 11,100. Really, the question for me today is, can we break 10,248, or are bears going to line up there and defend that level? If we break 10,248, we're going to be looking for something along these lines in terms of how it's going to play out. So break 10,248, look for a lower high in the upper 10,000s, look for a higher low into early next week, and then a break perhaps mid to later next week, which is either going to convincingly give us a potential move back up to the recent high off of weekly exponential support, or if it's a bear break, then monthly consolidation will be underway, and we'll be looking for a monthly higher low to form for the first time since the bottom back in 2018. So it's a pretty important setup that we have going here. I have not liked the trading action at all. It's getting a little bit better today, but again, just the lack of volume opens up the doors for bots and algos to run wild. We have the 5-minute moves where we just see big wicks and both directions. So here is the price action that I really dislike, because technical analysis is, what I use to make money in markets. And when you see moves like this, it just makes technical analysis way less useful. So my tools are less useful. It's like being a carpenter and having a bunch of wood tools, and now you're telling me to start working on some metal. It's not going to go well. So we have a big upper wick here, some consolidation, no red flags in that consolidation. Hourly uptrend is nice and clear at this point. For Bitcoin, anything above 9,640 is an hourly higher low. We have the exponential support to be watching. If we lose the hourly uptrend, we zoom out to the 4-hour, which just had a cross for the bulls of these exponential moving averages. And then we'll look for a 4-hour higher low. So key 10,240 resistance, and then it's all about 11,100. I'm still cash, and I'm going to wait for a break of this tightening range. The tighter we get, the more likely and confident I will be entering on a bull break. So if we see a daily lower high in the upper 10,000s and pull back for a higher low in the upper 9,000s and tighten up, as I speculated could happen into next week, that's when I would be confident buying a bull break. Otherwise, we could look to enter on a daily higher low if we do top out in the upper $10,000 range. So we're still watching altcoin pairings to Bitcoin and seeing, are we making any ground? Litecoin, again, it's just a tightening daily pattern. This is a bit more what Bitcoin bulls were hoping for, because we didn't drop down to a double bottom. Litecoin formed a higher low compared to its 76 level, essentially a higher low by 8% or more. So if Bitcoin were to have done that, a higher low by 8% would have been a bottom on the daily at 9,800 or so. So it's a big difference. Litecoin, nice and tight. If we can't break 106.04, it'll be a lower high, and we'll look to pull back and form a daily higher low into next week compared to 83.27. Looking at the Bitcoin pairing of Litecoin, 994. We actually broke the equilibrium bullish, but only one level. We broke 9812 bullish, just barely. It's pretty much a double top, but we didn't break the second level of 994, so we weren't too confident in any follow through. I still consider this inside the equilibrium, and I consider that a double top. So this is a very tight range. And this is going to break, in my opinion, when the daily chart for Bitcoin breaks. Best case scenario for the Litecoin bulls is a Bitcoin bull break and an LTC BTC bull break as well. That's when Litecoin bulls will really flex their muscles. Otherwise, if we go in different directions, if Bitcoin breaks bullish and this LTC BTC pairing breaks bearish, then we're obviously going to be looking for Bitcoin to be the play for the daily trend change. Ethereum, same thing, higher low compared to 190. We formed a higher low by about 3%. So a more significant higher low than Bitcoin, but less so than Ethereum. And anything under 236.58 is a lower high. Still daily exponential resistance. And for some of these charts, if you want it to be more clear of an equilibrium, pull up the 2-day chart because it smooths it out. We have the low, high, higher low, and anything under 236.58 is a lower high. So whether it's the 1-day or the 2-day time frame that you're watching, it's just tightening ranges, volume dropping off, and breaks will be imminent into next week, in my opinion. Because again, I do anticipate a Bitcoin lower high compared to 11,100. ETH BTC chart tried to get this bull break over 224. We got up to 2246. That's a double top, and now we're pulling back a bit. This is a potential weekly bear flag on ETH BTC. LTC BTC is a potential weekly bear flag. So we have to remain skeptical of these two altcoins unless we see daily trend changes and follow through for it to be meaningful. XRP USD, same setup. We've got our low, high of the bull move. Pretty much most names have formed a higher low on the daily more convincingly than Bitcoin has, but it's all about 341. If we don't break 341, it's a lower high. Our higher low is 2988, and it's just a tightening range playing out. Binance. So low, high, trying to form this higher low at 2620. Less convincing than some of these other names. We saw a more convincing bounce initially. Now the other names are catching up a little bit as Binance is stalling before it gets its higher low. Bulls need to make their way up over, really up over $28, $29 for us to be confident in our clear daily higher low being established. Pretty much 2804 is a resistance level. Get over that level and our daily higher low will clearly be 2620. Link USD also weaker, definitely weaker. We broke to a lower low. So here on Coinbase, 205 was a double bottom. We broke and tested $2 support, and really anything under 284 keeps the bears in control of this daily downtrend, in my opinion. Daily exponential 12-period resistance for a month, and bulls have a lot of proving to do because this is the weakest of the names that we just looked at. So Litecoin holding up a bit better with its current setup, and again, watch what the LTC USD and LTC BTC charts are doing. Let's see if we get a Fed reaction here. Video is probably going to be uploaded right as that decision is coming out. And let's see if these daily ranges continue to tighten into the weekend and through the weekend. I appreciate you watching. Just a quickie update here. Do good things out there. We got some duck action end of the day, and we'll check in over the weekend and see if the bulls were able to break this 10,200. I just pressed the stop button. 10,248 resistance.
So I'm babysitting the ducks while Mom is gone. I assume she's at one of the other ponds. So hopefully she's going to come bombing in here any minute. We'll catch her landing. Put a log for the ducks to hang out on. Looking good, Mom. Looking good, kid. Mom's calling you.